This video is based on author's imagination. This video is just for entertainment purpose. It doesn't mean to hurt anyone's feeling. All the characters used in this story are completely fictional. It doesn't relate with Ida's personal life. So don't take it seriously. Now sit back and enjoy the video series. Well, it's our King Jamruk's FF. Remember, all the characters, incidents used in this are completely fictional. So don't take it to your kidneys and heart. And have a good...
You were skin Vayan few days before, but now you are Jian Vayan. You are a spoiled brat. If you want anything, you will get it by Hiroko Crook. And then Professor Jingok, the man who made your knees weak, and you married him without asking his opinion. He had a mother. Jink is not rich like you, but you get irritated sometimes because he can't provide you everything. You always humiliate his mother without him knowing, but his mother is so sweet, never talk back to you, make you understand, which makes you more irritated, and she never tells to think how you treat her. Mr. Steele, Vayan dear, it's time for you to eat lunch, come on, I prepared your favorite. You, do you think I want to eat that shit of yours? I hate it, throw that away. Your harsh words made her heart shatter, but she don't say anything to you as usual because you're like this. One and only daughter of your parents who spoiled you a lot and gave you everything, whatever you asked. Mr. Steele stood silently with the tray in her hands. Your favorite kimchi jjigae, still steaming. Her hands trembled slightly, but she smiled because that's what she always did. Mr. Steele, Vayana, I heard that tofu you like. Just take one bite. You, I said throw it away. Or a dress. Oh, just pretending. This whole smells like a cheap food. She flinched, but stayed silent, lowering her head. You know what, Mr. Steele? Maybe if your son actually made some money, I wouldn't have to live in this dump. What kind of grown-up man can't afford a single decent car? You stood up, slapping the tray off. Her hands crashed on the floor, stew spilling everywhere. She gasped softly, bending down to clean it, hands burning from the heat. You didn't care. You simply stepped around her like she was staying on your designer heels. You people should be grateful I even agreed to marry into this poverty. She froze for a moment, not because of the mess, but because behind her, standing in the hallway, was a shadow once you hadn't noticed yet. You didn't notice it. It was too busy wiping your designer heels with a disgusted sneer. But Mr. Steele, she froze in her place, her lips trembling as her gaze drifted behind you. You, what now? Gonna cry over a spilled steak? Pathetic. Chinguk, what did you just say? Your heart skipped. That was slow, cold, shaking with something you hadn't heard from me before was right behind you. Not the calm, patient man you toyed with, not the silent husband you believed was too soft to ever raise his voice. No, this was someone else. His jaw clenched, his fist white, and eyes burning not with anger, no, with betrayal. You, Jinguk, you are home early? Jinguk, how long? You blinked. Jinguk, how long you have been talking to my mother like that? He opened your mouth, but he raised his hand not to hit you. No, just to silence you. And damn, it worked. You had never seen that look on his face before, like he didn't know whether to scream or break. Mr. Steele, Jinguk? No, please, don't. She's young. Jinguk, you have been protecting her. From me? Even when she treated you like this? Tears welled in her eyes. She didn't answer. She didn't need to. You, Jinguk, you humiliated the only person who loved me unconditionally in my house. You rolled your eyes, then slap. It echoed like thunder in that silent house. Your cheeks stung. Your eyes widened, not because it hurt, but because you never thought you could do it. Jinguk, don't speak to her again. Don't touch her foot. Don't walk near her. You want to act like a queen? Fine. But you will be ruling this palace alone. Then he walked past you, straight to his mother. He kneeled down, picking up the shaded tray and murmured gently to her, like you never even existed. Chingu, Amma, come on, let's get you cleaned up. And just like that, the house no longer belonged to you. You were a stranger in your own castle. The man who once looked at you with soft eyes now looked through you like you were air. Your hands were shaking as you shoved your clothes into the suitcase. The click of the heels echoed across the room. Every blouse folded in anger, every zip like a scream. Your pride was hurt, your heart more confused than you would ever admit. You weren't used to being ignored, being punished, being seen for you, truly well. You, fine, if you want to treat me like I'm the villain, I will go. Downstairs was just Yelka's edge of the porch, her sweet, wrinkled eyes streaming with tears. She heard your suitcase roll across the marble floor. Her heart broke, not because you were leaving, but because she knew you were running instead of running. Mr. Sian, Vayan, please don't go. Stay, we can talk. You're my daughter-in-law, like my own child.
तेरी मुस्कुराहट है ताकत मेरी, मुझे कोई भी से उम्मीद नहीं, चाहे करे कोई सितम ये जहां, हमने ही है सदा हिफाजत मेरी, जिंदगानी बड़ी खूबसूरत हुई, जन्नत अब और क्या होगी कहीं, जो तू मेरा हमदर्द है, जो तू मेरा हमदर्द है, तेरी धड़कनों से है जिंदगी मेरी, ख्वाहिशें तेरी अब दुआएं मेरी, कितना अनोखा बंधन है ये, तेरी मेरी जान जो एक होगी, लौटूंगा यहाँ तेरे पास मैं, वादा है मेरा मर भी जाऊं कहीं, जो तू मेरा हमदर्द है, जो तू मेरा हमदर्द है, तो खुदा से मांग लूं मोहब्बत में एक नई, रहना है बस यहाँ, अब दूर तुझसे जाना नहीं, जो तू मेरा हमदर्द है, जो तू मेरा हमदर्द है। हंसता रहता हूँ तुझसे मिलकर क्यों आजकल, बदले बदले हैं मेरे तेवर क्यों आजकल, आंखें मेरी हर जगह ढूंढे तुझे बेवजह, ये उलझता नहीं था हवाओं से मैं यूं उलझता नहीं था है सीने में दिल भी कहाँ थी मुझे ये खबर कहीं पे हो रातें कहीं पे सवेरे आवाज़ी रही साथ मेरे ठहर जा ये कहती है तेरी नजर क्या हाल हो गया है ये मेरा आँखें मेरी हर जगह ढूंढे तुझे बेवजह ये मैं हूँ या कोई और है मेरी तरह क्यों माने कहा किस्मत का 36 सुन मिलाए क्यों जोड़ा बनाए जन्मों का चल तेरे मेरे इस किस्से का सिक्का उछाले हूँ चित्त में तेरी है पट तुम मेरे हवाले चल तेरे मेरे इस किस्से का सिक्का उछाले हूँ चित्त में तेरी है पट तुम मेरे हवाले कहता है क्या तेरा जिया बोलो पिया के हाँ के हाँ के हाँ जो नहीं है अपने बस में क्यों खाए निभाए वो रस में आ चला रे नए रस में एक दूजे के पूरे करे सपने चल तेरे मेरे इस किस्से के पासे को फेंके तू जीता तो तेरी मैं जीती तो जाऊंगी लेके चल तेरे मेरे इस किस्से के पासे को फेंके तू जीता तो तेरी मैं जीती तो जाऊंगी लेके कहता है क्या तेरा जिया बोलो पिया के हाँ के हाँ के हाँ
हैरान हूँ कि कुछ भी न मांगू कभी मैं जो तुम मेरे हो ऐसा क्यों कि लगता है हासिल सभी है जो तुम मेरे हो जो तुम मेरे हो तो मैं कुछ नहीं मांगू दुनिया से और तुम हो ही नहीं तो मैं जीना नहीं चाहूँ दुनिया में और नजरों में मेरे एक जहाँ है जहाँ तू और मैं अब साथ हैं और वहाँ कोई नहीं तू और मैं ही हैं और आगे ऐसे आओगे तेरी मेरी क्या राहें उजड़ी हैं और राहों में ही जो तुम आए कभी हम तो प्यार से ही मर जाएंगे और आओगे ऐसे आओगे तेरी मेरी क्या राहें उजड़ी हैं और राहों में ही जो तुम आए नहीं हम तो फिर भी तुम्हें ही चाहेंगे जो तुम मेरे हो तो मैं कुछ नहीं मांगू दुनिया से पूछे तू कि तुझ में मैं क्या देखता हूँ जब चारों तरफ आज कितने ही सारे हैं जाने ना तू खुद को यूं ना जाने क्यों नजरों से मेरी यहाँ देखो ना खुद को जरा देखो ना जुल्फों से, कैसे जुल्फों से तेरी छुपती प्यारी प्यारी सी मुस्कान है। और नजरें झुकी और नजरें उठी तो मैं क्या ही करूं बर्बाद। मैं तेरे होठों को जिनसे रखती मेरे प्यारे प्यारे नाम है। और दिल का तेरे अब मैं क्या ही कहूँ क्या बात है। और हाँ देखो यहाँ कैसे आई दो दिलों की बारात है। पर क्या खुला आसमां या फिर लाई यहाँ जोरों से बरसात है। चाहे वो छाए भी बादल तो चाहे फिर भी तुम्हें क्या पता। तुमको मांगो ना कुछ और जो तुम मेरे हो।